To all the killers and the $100 billers. To real niggas who ain't got no feelings. Y'all remember that? Man, that's a classic. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous. You heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. The mob comes equipped with warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who want to profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for theyself in this land we be gunning. And keep them shook crews running like they supposed to. They come around but they never come close to. I can see it inside your face, you're in the wrong place. Cowards like you just get the whole body laced up with bullet holes and such. Y'all know the rest. Classic. Bars right there. But real quick, welcome back to another dope session of Hoodies the Podcast. I'm the host, the God Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. But maybe not so live, but we coming at you. We coming. Pause. But anyway, since we talk about bars, right? Y'all may have heard this already. This is not new news, right? It's not really my thing to talk about trending things because it's just for the moment, right? I would rather talk about things that are always current. Self-love, activism, mentorship, a little history, relationships a little. I'm kind of all across the board, but I like to talk about things that are always relevant and not just today. Not just today. But today, let's go ahead and dabble in something kind of current, right? There's this rapper, goes by the name of D1, right? I can't front. I haven't heard any of his music. I'm going to keep it real with you. I haven't heard none of his music. But he's a professor, an activist, a mentor, and apparently a religious man. This brother brought up a serious point about certain rappers or the content of hip-hop itself. This episode will be flagged, I don't care. This is an interview of D1 on Sway in the Morning.
With that being said, it's the OGs who I like to call DGs because they're disappointing grown-ups. Ooh. That's what they are. It's the OGs in hip-hop. It's the ones that's 40-something years old. And, man, I hate when I see these gray-haired clout chasers who still talking about, and I send my young boys to come and wet your whole block up and da-da-da, and they still glorifying this. I look at with a Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Cause are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Cause I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes cause they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I gotta sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing when my best friend got killed? When Carl got killed, New Orleans know who I'm talking about. When Carl got killed and I had to go to his funeral and read the eulogy and be part of the funeral, and I got back in my car, Sway, after the funeral, and I turned on my music and I realized I'm listening to music that's glorifying the same stuff that just happened to my best friend. Mm. It gave me chills. And I needed that moment. That was my come to Jesus moment of like, D, you got to do something different, brother, because you have a taste for this poison, but you're attracted to the poison. And rap is great. The rap game, hip-hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison. Mm.
So I'm holding my commentary until after this Jim Jones response. Check this out.
I know his trick. You know, you're using my name for fame, it's all good, but you don't know me. You don't know nothing about my life. I do more in 1 month for people than he'll ever do in his whole life. Mm-hmm. You heard?
Yeah.
Like I really give back to the people. I don't care about none of the rhetoric he talking about. I grew up in the church. You're not gonna do none of that to me. But I really do a lot for the people.
Mm-hmm. He talked about lyrics.
I don't care about none of that.
Okay.
In real life, I do a lot for the people. Now let's line up to the statistics. Mm-hmm. You talking or you doing? Mm-hmm. You heard? You talk a good one. What have you done?
Yeah.
You dig? Yeah. You know what I mean? People I watch get killed that I grew up as my friends and things like that. I don't get scared straight. I stand up stronger and fight for my people and do for my people every single day. Mm-hmm. Miss me with the rhetoric about what I do in my music. I get money off my music. Don't tell me how to make my dollars. But what I do for the people, from my heart, can't nobody tell me about at all. And I've been doing it since I got in this game, even before I got in this game. When I was buying my dudes, my close ones, long john shirts and Scully hats because we didn't have no money on Christmas. And that was the Christmas gift. You heard? For everybody.
Talk about it.
Okay. Them Christmas gifts then turn even to way bigger things, but that's not what we hear about. I don't like to hear people mention my name, especially when you don't know me, because that's very touchy.
Yeah,
you gotta watch whose names you mentioning out here. You heard?
Yeah,
because my little cousin might not like how you mention my name. You heard? And then he might want to slap a dread out your head just because he don't understand that you using my name for fame, and he don't understand that. Yeah, there's a certain way to go about certain things when you're using certain people's names. I'm not promoting violence.
Right.
You heard?
Say that.
I'm just saying that when you do certain things, it's a reaction for every action. Yeah. And you don't know who loves me to the death that they don't want to hear nobody mention my name in no type of ill light on no type of social media or anywhere like that. You heard? I got a family, right? He got a family. Right? He wouldn't want nobody mentioning his name in no ill light. Now, if you want to have a conversation, there was a way to go about doing that.
What's the best way?
It's out now. It ain't no best way to have a conversation. He got to see me when he see me now.
Okay.
You heard?
And now for the response from Rick Ross.
Meek Mill, you could do better. Jim Jones, you could do better. Rick Ross, you could do better. I got to see you do better. Wait. Little man, whoever you is, until you feed the kids where you from for 20 years straight. Don't question Rose. Wait until you buy 10,000 bikes, 10,000 trikes. Give all the young girls who pregnant Pampers for Christmas for 20 years straight. Don't question boss. You heard me, little man? Get that basket off your head so you could think clear, little man. You going viral for speaking on niggas' names, not because of your talent, not because of your gift. Go viral, player, off of your wisdom that you sharing. You speaking on Meek Mill. You just, boy, you know how many niggas died this summer? They released self-destruction. It's niggas dying right now. It's gonna be niggas don't make it to see in the morning. Get that basket off your head, boy, and come together with real niggas around the world. So when your grandma need a kidney, nigga, since you want to go viral, I'm going to show you how to go viral, little man. But go viral feeding them kids in your hood. Go viral giving them bikes away. Go viral Christmas time. Now, don't be saying, Jim Jones just gave away goddamn 6 figures worth of clothes in his hood. And you a nigga who talking. Looking vegan, knowing you eat more goddamn Piggly Wiggly bacon than any other nigga out here. Shut up. Yeah, Mr. Rasta, man. Mr. Vegan, man. Make sure you go viral. Thanksgiving when you stuff the stuffing upon the turkey bomber clot asshole. And make sure you dangle from the net. Start with the old lady, then bless the old lady all the way down to the youth, them. You understand, Rasta, man? And little man, I know real Rastas, which you are far from. You heard me?
Okay, so Meek Mill didn't do a video. He tweeted, well, I think it's a tweet. I'm not 100% sure what platform he responded on. But he says, nah, we do everything. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we do everything. I guess meaning he's saying that, yo, we do both. We talk that street shit and then we double back as the face of prison reform. I kind of get that. Duality and all. Duality. He then goes on to say, I was rapping this way when I became the face of reform. That's how I got here. Y'all forgot that fast? So, yeah, man. Whatever that part is supposed to mean. And so, yeah, nobody asked me, but here it goes anyway. And again, I've never heard any D1's music, any of his music. I'm going to keep it funky with you. And it really don't matter, right? Because what he's saying is all facts. 100% all facts. You know what I'm saying? The lyrics in a lot of rap music, the lyrics in a lot of hip hop records, it's harmful. It is. Kids are very impressionable. So are adults too, but kids are impressionable. what I'm saying? When they think you're cool, especially somebody who's from the streets or has been from the streets, you know what I'm saying? They cling on to your words. When you're from the streets or someone who used to be in the streets, they cling on to your words. They see you as a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when they see you take pictures with your red flag out, they want to be blood or blue, and now they want to be Crip. Crip. I got that from Crip Mac. Or whatever they see, whatever set you bang, whatever they see you do, they want to do. They see you smoking L's on a gram, they do it too. They see you cop some expensive shit, they want to do it too. You know what I'm saying? You talk about robbing folk, they want to do it too. You talk about squeezing, you know what I'm saying? They want to talk about it and do it too. Now you see them with they burner squeezing and shit. If you talk about how pink your coochie is and how your booty hole is brown, Pound Town, just left Pound Town with my nigga, he just took a bitch down. Kids will repeat that shit, right? Because kids are impressionable. And a lot of the old folks around my age, maybe a little younger and older, want to talk all that bullshit and keep it funky, right? Stop acting like you wasn't influenced by rappers too. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want the shell toe Adidas like Run DMC? For real? You ain't want a Kango like LL Cool J? You know what I'm saying? You ain't want to rock no Gazelles, man? You ain't want to rock no Gazelles. You ain't want to rock one pant leg up and the other one down, fam? You ain't want to do that? You ain't want to start rocking Timbs? Look me in that. You ain't want to rock Timbs. You ain't want a long chain. You didn't want to get an Escalade. You didn't want a foreign. You don't want a foreign, fam. You ain't want to make it rain in the club. That's what you saying. You was never influenced. Never influenced by hip hop. You ain't want to rock baggy jeans in the 90s. You didn't replace Scared with Shook. That's what you saying. You didn't start saying one. Alright, man, one. You ain't do that. You ain't want to rock a grill with the fangs like Method Man did. You didn't want to do none of that. You wasn't influenced at all by hip hop. I could go on all day, but y'all get it. And listen. One thing that I noticed as I was listening to the responses, right? Here's the question that I want to ask. What the fuck does passing out Pampers, giving out bikes and turkeys got to do with lyrical content? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Being giving, you know what I'm saying, of your time and your money, that's one thing, but your lyrical content is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? You passing out Pampers to broads who's influenced by what you say about women. Or they're influenced by the women in your videos or the women you co-sign who talk about certain things. They influenced by that. You know what I mean? You giving bikes to a kid who might slide on a nigga that you talked about in your music. Or like you talked about in your music. You know what I'm saying? Listen, and like D1 said, like he said, how are you talking about prison reform and then you rapping about the same things that influence kids to do things that would put them in prison? How does that work? Hey, he's got a point. Because to talk about prison reform and then still, you know what I mean? And then your bars are still that of the streets. And it's influential to kids who may want to emulate your words. You feel me? And do things that may put them in prison. Well, first of all, I really want to dig deep and find out what the fuck is prison reform anyway. It's a system. $1 billion industry. Probably more than that. Right? And I'm thinking $1 billion industry may be a reach, but fuck it, let's say $1 billion industry. How do you reform that? Like that's something. That's a podcast for another day. But to be for prison reform and then still rap about the things that glorify a lifestyle that will send kids to prison, that's counterproductive, don't you think? It's kind of counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Snoop Dogg. Well, Snoop Doggy Dogg then, he used to talk about 187 on an undercover car. You know what I'm saying? But he don't spit bars like that no more. I've heard him in interviews say that, yo, I can't be about this, that, and the third without realizing the impact that my bars got on the youth. Right? But anyway, and another thing that I've noticed from the responses from it's particularly Jim Jones, right? If you look at his demeanor, the breathing.
Yeah.
Because my little cousin might not like how you mentioned my name. You heard?
This man is emotional. I'm not saying that a man can't show that. I'm not saying that he's less of a man because of that. I'm saying that those kind of men, those type of men are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? When you're emotional, you can't think straight. Which means that a man like that is more capable of causing harm. It's very dangerous. Because he's in his feelings. Listen, contrary to what people want to let you in on, men get emotional. You know what I'm saying? And listen, apparently he's got some family that's on that same type of time too. Because like he said, his little cousin might feel some type of way about you bringing up his name. That's crazy. Because D1, if you listen to him, look at his demeanor and how he's talking, what he's saying, you can tell that he's not really on that type of time. He's not really trying to go about it violently. You feel me? So he's not a threat. You know what I mean? That's not a threat. So I don't know, but at the same time, that's something to be mindful about when you're mentioning people's names. You know what I'm saying? You run the risk of being approached by somebody with some uneasy energy. You know what I'm saying? D1 is a religious man. You know what I'm saying? According to him, he's doing God's work. He's being a bold man of God. I ain't here to debate his beliefs or his belief in... I'm not here to debate his beliefs or his belief in Jesus. Right? If that's what lights his fire, then listen, regardless of what you believe, do your thing. If it makes you better and you feel as though it's making you better, then do your thing. Just be careful. Be very careful, because some men aren't approachable in that way. You know what I'm saying? I said in a few podcasts back, right, that a lot of street dudes and former street dudes, what they are, man, let's just keep it funky. And I'm not talking down on anybody. Street dudes, former street dudes, whatever, are a lot of niggas who didn't get what they needed at home. You know what I'm saying? Security, structure, love, and whatever else that they didn't get. So they went looking in the streets for what they didn't have at home at a young age. A lot of these dudes been doing their thing out here at a very young age. It's who they are. For a lot of them old school OGs raised them, or the streets raised them, however way you want to frame it. So sure, yeah, they tough, but they also sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because deep down, a lot of these dudes are hurting. We've seen Jim Jones break down and cry doing interviews before. And I'm not making fun of him, nothing like that. That's not who I am. I'm not making fun of him or nothing. I'm just using that as an example. We all got some hurt, even street dudes. You know what I'm saying? So move easy. And who knows? D1, he may be already knowing. Maybe he already knows what he was in for. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got it then, bro. Jesus got you. Okay. But I got a suggestion though. I got a suggestion that maybe everybody will rock with or be able to rock with, right? Here's the suggestion. CDs are obsolete now, right? So there's no more of the parental advisory sticker on the side of it anymore because CDs are obsolete now, right? But how about a disclaimer? How about a disclaimer? Just like when you watch movies where people like doing stunts and shit like that, and then they'll have up there somebody say, and it'll be words and stuff up there too. They'll say, these people in these videos are trained professionals. Do not try this at home. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a program on TV and it'll say things like, the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are of the show and not necessarily of the network. You know, y'all seen that before. So I'm saying something like that. This way it's a disclaimer so people know right off rip. So it should be the same thing for rap albums. You know what I'm saying? Put it in your bio on IG. You know what I'm saying? Or your Apple Music profile, Spotify profile, your title profile. You know what I'm saying? Something like the lyrics in this music are about the lyrics. The lyrics in this music that you are about to hear, okay, is from a life that I once lived. That was in the past, and I do not encourage or support any violence or harm to anyone. Blah, 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 blah. Something to that variation or something cooler. You feel me? You know, because think about it. Even the courts are starting to use rap lyrics against you in a court of law. They're starting to allow rap lyrics to be allowed in a court of law. Right? I don't know what that means to y'all. Take that and do what you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Or you could even put the disclaimer in the intro on your album. You know what I'm saying? That way you can still rock out. You can still rock out and talk all the street shit you want to talk. Because like Jim Jones said, that's how he makes his money. That's how he gets paid. Only now, the impressionable people, now they know that it's just entertainment. Just like in the movies. I'm not sure, I'm not sure how that would work. I ain't even gonna front. This is just all a suggestion. Just a suggestion, man. I'm just saying. So, I understand where D1 is coming from because he's got a fact. I understand where Rick Ross and Jim Jones and Meek Mill are coming from. I just think that the whole I do stuff for the people and I give out Pampers and this, that, and the third for 20 years. I mean, that's cool, but that ain't what he's talking about. He's not saying that you don't give. He's talking about your lyrical content. But I understand. Sometimes you got to do some bad to do some good. So all that street shit is how, some rappers are able to give back. So I get it. I get both sides. But try a disclaimer. Let the impressionable folk know that this is just entertainment. I'm talking about a life that I once lived. Not necessarily now, and I don't condone that fuck shit that y'all out there doing. That way, the onus is off you. Because you told them straight up, hey, I'm talking about some shit I used to do. So hopefully you won't do it now. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that make any sense? Hey, I tried, man. So yeah, in closing, right? This is the month of November, okay? Which means the holiday season is officially among us, right? So I'm also keeping my comments about holidays to myself. I'm keeping it all to myself. The pagan holiday, I'm keeping it to myself. However, I would just like to offer some unsolicited advice real quick, right? Instead of exchanging gifts for Christmas this year, or even Kwanzaa or whatever it is you celebrate, right? How about this year you exchange some apologies? Talk about them family secrets. Squash them old beefs with siblings or your parents or yourself. Right? Make peace and forgive, because nobody is perfect. Right? You ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Nobody is perfect, fam. Let's give it some thought. Exchange some real gifts. You dig? But I'm done. I'm the guard Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Or maybe not so live, but we're coming at you. Word up. This is Hoodies. Peace. Hey.
Subscribe to this channel.